So today I will deduce from the dynamical reparametrization lemma for C-infinity cocycles bounding distortion property for C-infinity systems. And then I will apply this new bounding distortion property to prove some new relation between the entropy and the Lyapunov exponent for C-infinity systems. So let me, to fix the ideas, recall the notion of Lyapunov exponent. So I work in the general setting by considering a measurable bundle morphism on a measurable Riemannian bundle. Then for some vector in your bundle, you can define the pointwise Lyapunov exponent, which is also called upper Lyapunov exponent, by considering the lim sup of the growth of your cocycle at your vector v. So this is a classical standard definition. And for a fixed x, you can consider all the vectors in the fibers with Lyapunov exponent less than lambda, and it's not difficult to check it is a vector through space, which is non-decreasing in lambda. And this leads to the notion of Lyapunov flag. So you have a flag of vector spaces, that when you are strictly in one vector space of this flag, the exponential Lyapunov, the exponential growth rate, the Lyapunov exponent at this vector is given by the so-called Lyapunov exponent. And so this function R and the Lyapunov exponent and also the Lyapunov spaces, when you consider the topology on Grassmannian spaces, are measurable, and the function R and the Lyapunov exponent are also F invariant. So for an ergodic measure, for example, these functions are constant. So now let me, I will not work directly with this Lyapunov exponent, but with the Lyapunov exponent counted with multiplicity, which says with the previous notation that the cardinality of Lyapunov exponent chi j equal to chi a is equal to the dimension of vi minus dimension of vi plus 1. Okay, so I will be interesting of the Lyapunov exponent induced on the exterior powers bundles. So first I will denote by key superscript k the top Lyapunov exponent of the morphism induced on the k exterior bundle. And I will also consider k subscript lambda to be the maximum of the k superscript k, which is just the top Lyapunov exponent of the bundle morphism induced on the whole exterior, the full exterior bundle algebra. And so for Lyapunov regular point, there are relation between the top Lyapunov exponent on the exterior bundles and the usual Lyapunov exponent introduced in my last slide, which is just the top Lyapunov exponent on the k exterior bundle is given by the sum of the k first Lyapunov exponent on the bundle V. So in particular, for Lyapunov regular point, the positive part of this top Lyapunov exponent on the whole exterior algebra is just the sum of the positive usual Lyapunov exponent. And so the classical theorem of OCZ claims that Lyapunov regular point have full measure for any invariant measures. But, okay, in the following, I will be interested in typical point for the Lebesgue measures. And in particular, it may happen that okay, the set of Lyapunov regular points have not full Lebesgue measures. So there is a simple example, which is due to Bowen, which is the 8 attractor. So you consider the flow given by S-infinity vectors with some saddle fixed orbit here, which is dissipative. And so you have two sources. And for example, on this, there is a work of O and York who proves that any point in the eyes here, sorry, it's not the same color, in the eye of the 8 attractors is not Lyapunov regular. So you have, in this example, a positive Lebesgue set of non-Lyapunov regular points. So now I will need to introduce the notion of empirical measures to state the main result of my talk. So I consider topological systems, and this is the notion for topological dynamics. So I will denote by M the compact set of invariant probability measures with the usual weak star topology. And then you can consider for any x what I will call the P omega set of x, which is the compact subset of accumulation point of the sequence of finite empirical measures. So finite empirical measures are just the atomic measures which are equidistributed along the finite orbit of your point. And so it's help. Si ça va, je pourrais le refaire. So this is P omega of x is a compact subset. And I will consider the compact set of non-empty closed subset of invariant measures with the usual Hausdorff topology associated to the metric here associated to the weak star topology. And the remark I will use later at some point is that this map, P omega, from X to this set is Borel measurable. Well, so now let me state the main result of my talk, which will be a consequence of the dynamical Roper-Mestigen-Lemma for C-infinity cocycles. So now I'm considering, so big F will be just the derivative cocycle of on the tangent bundle of my manifold. So there is a classical inequality which relates the entropy with the exponent, which is due to Ruel. So this holds for any C1 system. So it says that the entropy is less than the sum of the positive Lyapunov exponent. But here I said that for a Lyapunov regular point, this exponent, which was the top Lyapunov exponent on the whole exterior algebra, is equal to the sum of the positive Lyapunov exponent. So as I integrating over the measure mu, and as the Lyapunov regular points have full measure, this is the same. And so for C-infinity systems, so we have the converse inequality in a physical meaning. So more precisely, for Lebesgue almost every point, there exists some measure mu, which is a limit measure of finite empirical measure starting at x, which is larger than this Lyapunov exponent. So somehow it means that for C-infinity systems, when you have at a typical Lebesgue point, if you see some exponential growth of the derivative, it will be transformed to positive entropy at limit of empirical measures starting from x. So maybe, okay, I will just stop here. Let me recall the notion of physical measures. Yes?
The main theorem is a new result, the new result?
Yes, yes, this is the main. So let me recall with the notation previously introduced that the Béchin of a measure is just a set of points so that the empirical measures are converging to your measure mu. So it is the same to say that the omega p omega set of x is reduced to mu. And okay, we say mu is physical when the Lebesgue of the Basin measure of the measure is positive. So let me go back now to the statement. So the classical theory due to Sinai, Ruel, and Bowen says that for C2 uniformly hyperbolic systems, you have finitely many ergodic physical measures whose basin covers almost Lebesgue, covers a set of full Lebesgue measure. And so if you work in this setting, so for Lebesgue almost every point, you are in the basin of some of these finite physical measures. And okay, this you are also for a typical. Okay, so this quantity will be exactly the integral of the Lyapunov exponent over the measure also. You can check this. And so this is this just claims that for in this setting of hyperbolic systems, C2 hyperbolic systems, the entropy of the physical measure is larger than or equal to the sum of the positive Lyapunov exponent, and it is together with Ruel inequality, we get the entropy formula for SRB measure. Yes?
In that example, that quantity that you have on the right of your inequality is what, 0?
The quantity, yes, I will come back to this example. So it's just, thank you for your remark. It's just the next corollary in the next slide. So an important also point is that this theorem is typical C-infinity. It's really related to the smoothness. So they are counterexample in any finite regularity. So this theorem is fault in finite smoothness. Is faulty in finite smoothness. In fact, in this example, what happens is that you have a fixed point, and in the which is a physical measure, and almost maybe not almost every point in the basin, but in a subset with positive Lebesgue measure of the basin, you have a strictly positive Lyapunov exponent. So the fact that the Lyapunov exponent is transformed to entropy is no more true.
David, is C-infinity replaceable by asymptotic H expansion?
I'm not sure. I mean, in the proof, we really need to control the distortion, and I'm not sure I can do this for a C1 system with only this property, but maybe in some partial hyperbolic setting, there is something to do in the similar statement. I mean. So, okay, so to answer to your question, a corollary of the main theorem is the following. So you consider a physical measure of C-infinity systems. Then the entropy of this physical measure will be larger than or equal to the essential supremum of this Lyapunov exponent on the basin. For example, if you take such C-infinity Bowen 8 attractors, it said that the maximal Lyapunov exponent of typical Lebesgue point here is equal to 0. So here's the essential supremum of the basin of the. So let me just say another remark about the main theorem. That here, unfortunately, this is not directly, this is not equal to the sum of the positive Lyapunov exponent to these measures here. So what we get, there is some measures mu x in the p omega set of x with entropy larger than. But in general, this is less always less than or equal to the sum of the Lyapunov exponent with respect to the measure mu x. But in general, I don't know. Okay. It may be a strict inequality.
So could you say again, x is not supposed to be a Sylens regular here?
No, no.
So could you repeat the definition of T plus? Could you share it?
It is just key subscript lambda. It is the top upper Lyapunov exponent of the derivative code cycle induced on the whole exterior bundle algebra.
You take lim sup.
You take just lim sup. You can define this. There is no. You do not need to use Celedet's theorem. Okay, so let me explain now the ideas of the proof. So I will first recall a natural notion of measure theory, maybe not so standard. So I consider a Borel measurable map between metric space with Y separable, and I consider some reference Borel measure on X. And I will define this set, which I call the essential image. So it is the set of typical image of the map phi. Well, more precisely, you are in the essential image if for any neighborhood of your points, the pre-image of this neighborhood has a positive measure with respect to your reference measure. And so it's not difficult to check that the essential image is the smallest closed subset of Y for which phi of x lies in this subset for almost every point. So to maybe relate with a more well-known notion, if you take Y to be R, then the essential supremum is just the supremum of the essential image. And so there is a notion, a corresponding notion of essential domain. So this is the point which image by phi lies in the essential image. So and this set, as already said, has full measures with respect to it. So in some sense, this is the typical point with respect to the measure and the map phi. So let me state the key proposition, which I will explain the proof later. So so I'm considering some parameter A, which is strictly less than the essential supremum of key subscript k, so superscript k. So I recall that is the Lyapunov exponent of the derivative cocycle induced on the k exterior bundle. So therefore, this set has positive Lebesgue measure. And I consider the measure induced on this space. Then I said that if I take a point which is typical in the sense that it lies in the essential domain of my p omega map with respect to these measures, then there is some measure in the p omega set of x such that its entropy is larger than or equal to A. So it's not difficult to prove the theorem with this proposition. Let me sketch the proof here. So you take an infinite countable sequence which is dense in R+. And so if you look at this set, it has full measure with respect to this measure. It's what I said before. So if I add this part, this set FL has full measure with respect to the Lebesgue measure, to the complete Lebesgue measure. So you have a countable family of full Lebesgue measure sets, so this intersection has also full Lebesgue measures. And if I take some point in the intersection, by applying the proposition, for any L, I will be able to find some measure mu L, which is in the p omega set of x, with entropy larger than L. It's just I just apply this proposition. And now we are done. Why? Because you can consider a limit sequence of this of mu L, and as I recall in my previous talk, the entropy function is upper semi-continuous for infinity systems. So the limit of the sequence mu L will have entropy larger than the limit of the L and N, which is equal to the Lyapunov exponent I consider. Okay, so this gives the theorem here, it's not exactly the theorem. You have to consider this for any k, and it gives you the main theorem. So now we are reduced to prove such a statement. And so the idea is, it's more or less the same as the method, the geometrical method for building SRB measure in uniformly hyperbolic systems. Okay, so what is this geometrical method? So you consider a local unstable disk, and you look at the Lebesgue measure induced on this disk. And if as you are uniformly hyperbolic for a partition with a small enough diameter. If you look at, so Pnx is, maybe I should recall this. So Pn is a usual iterated partition, so it is the set of the form where the I belongs to the partition P, and Pnx is just the atom of P n, which contain X. So, by uniform hyperbolicity, this is contained in a U-disk, in an unstable disk with exponential small size. I mean, yes. And okay, for uniformly hyperbolic systems, you have that the Jacobian is older, and so you have the classical bonding distortion property, which says that you have the Jacobian of dFn along the unstable direction is satisfies the following bonding property. So this is very standard. So for all yz in my set Pnx. And from this distortion property, you can estimate the measure, the Lebesgue measure of Pnx with respect to this, the inverse of the Jacobian. Yes?
Do you have any insight about the other side of inequality?
No, this is inside. So I just need to, then, okay, to check this is a SRB measure. So for me, SRB measure will be just a measure for which you have, which satisfies the Pessin entropy formula. So I will compute the entropy measure of the push forward of a limit of the push forward of this measure M. And so this is a quite classical computation in entropy theory. So I don't know who proved this first, but it appears in the Mizurovich proof of the variational principle, which says that the entropy at the scale P is larger than the lim sup of these terms. And so now, okay, what we get. So I want to estimate these things. So with the bonding distortion property, I have this inequality. But okay, just using the definition of the push forward measure, this is exactly the same thing, and using also the invariance of the unstable distribution. And so, by letting k go into infinity, what you will get is that the lim sup of this quantity, which is a lower bound for the entropy according to the previous remark, will be larger than the limit of these things. And as here the integrand is continuous, and I'm considering the limit in the Wekstar topology, you will get the integral of the log of the Jacobian along the unstable manifold. And this is the sum of the positive Lyapunov exponent in the case of uniformly hyperbolic systems. And therefore, you get the Pessin entropy formula for mu. Well, now, so what's we want to do the same things, but we do not have uniform hyperbolicity. We have only non-uniform hyperbolicity on some set of positive Lebesgue measures. So I take some point x here in the essential domain of pi omega Lebesgue measure and this one A. So what does it mean? I recall it says that pi omega of x is in the essential image. So, and this can be rewritten as follows. It says that the set of points y with kk of y, so just the k exponent on the k exterior bundle is larger than A. And okay, so for all error term gamma positive. And the distance between the p omega set of x and the p omega set of y is less than gamma. So this set has positive measure. So this is just the definition. Okay, so well, let me call this set, I don't know, E. So here's the first step. So I will just copy the proof, the previous proof. So, but I need to choose a disk, and let me just explain the disk I will choose. So to case it's not really difficult, the first step. So maybe just consider the simple case where k is equal to 1. So here it's just kk is just the top usual standard Lyapunov exponent. And okay, and assume also, if you prefer, that we are working on a surface. So you have your set E prime, E, which is this set. So, okay, remember, okay, R was the number of Lyapunov subspaces. So it depends on X. So there is two, if, say R equal 1 on E, so you may just do any stupid things you want. So you consider, some point X in the support of E, and take any smooth foliation here. So if the foliation is, say, C infinity smooth, by Fubini theorem, there is some leaf here which intersect E in a set of positive measures, if I consider the Lebesgue measure on the leaf. And if I take any point which lies, so say I have some special leaf here, at any point x of E, if I look at the vector which is tangent here to my curve, it will have an exponential growth of the derivative. So this Lyapunov exponent with respect to this vector will be equal to the top Lyapunov exponent. And so it will be larger than A. So here, if I take V here, we have so key key1 xv will be equal to key1 of x will be larger than a. So this is okay, the most easy case. For the other case, assume now r is equal to 2. It's not so much difficult. So now I have not only one vector space, one vector Lyapunov spaces, but two. So I have still my set E. So it's very easy. Maybe I should not take so much time to explain this. So I have some, maybe I use another color. So at this point, I have V2. So it is a measurable map. If I take taking value in the projective space, but which is only measurable, but it's not important. You can consider a subset with of E with maybe smaller Lebesgue measure, but still with positive Lebesgue measure, where V2 will be continuous. And then you can consider the same thing of infinity smooth foliation, which is orthogonal almost to V2, and you will get the same property here. So we have a smooth C-infinity disk with the property that the Lyapunov exponent along the tangent space of this disk grows as at most as A. And moreover, as we consider also the set of points which P omega image is close to the P omega image of X, you have still this property. So this is very easy. So another really easy step is Borel-Cantelli, standard Borel-Cantelli arguments. So what happens here? You have a set of positive measures, and you have a subsequence where you see exponential growth as A, but the sequence may depend on the point, of course. So what allows the Borel-Cantelli argument is to invert the quantifiers. You will obtain a positive, an infinite sequence which works for any set in a positive Lebesgue measure, but you lose something. It is now this set En will be not bounded from below independently of n, but it will decrease at most exponentially small in n. So, and in somehow we are reduced to some hyperbolic situation along this sequence, this infinite sequence, but only for a subset with exponentially small Lebesgue measures. So now I'm considering the measure, the probability measure induced on in n by the Lebesgue measure on my smoothness. And this is the measure I will push forward. So this measure replaces the Lebesgue measure on the unstable disk in the uniformly hyperbolic setting. Now I will use the bounded distortion property for the Jacobian of the derivative along. So this is here where I use the dynamical representation for C-infinity cocycles. So I will explain this just later. What is more precisely what is this bounded distortion property? And then you can follow exactly the entropy computation I did for uniformly hyperbolic systems. And what you get when you push this measure, you get a measure with entropy will be larger than the exponent you see here. And moreover, this measure will be arbitrarily close to the P omega set of my point X. And so, by upper semi-continuity using again the Newhar's theorem of the entropy function, you will get a measure in the, lying in the P omega set with entropy larger than A. So let me, so we did this. Let me explain what is the Bonding distortion property I use. So I consider a C-infinity map, a C-infinity Merz disk. And so it looks like the dynamical reparametrization lemma for C-infinity systems. So maybe I will skip. So this is a statement for maps. I will just explain the proof for diffeomorphism. In the general, in the main theorem I stated, I do not assume invertibility, just C-infinity maps. Okay, so now in this setting, this invertible setting, I just say that for a small error term gamma, which represents always the exponential growth rate of the cardinality of my reparametrizations, of my family of reparametrization. Okay, so I reparametrize the dynamical ball through the disk sigma. Okay, through this disk, there is no growth of through this reparametrization, there is no growth of the derivative. So dynamically, the image of theta n is trivial. And we have this new property here, which is that we have bonding distortion on the image of each reparametrization. So let me just here recall, it was almost the last slide in my previous talk. So it was a dynamical reparametrization lemma for C-infinity cocycles. So I remember what was the setting. I was considering bundle morphism, C-infinity bundle morphism, and I was looking at the spherical action on this bundle morphism. And I applied the reparametrization lemma, usual reparametrization lemma for C-infinity maps to this spherical action, except I not reparametrizing the dynamical ball for the spherical action, but for the action on the basis. And okay, I said that we have this kind of Bowen property if you assume that you have some potential, Hölder potential. So you just apply it to. So here there was a disk taking value in the spherical bundle. So I apply this to the bundle morphism induced on the K exterior power. And the disk I'm considering is a disk induced by my smooth disk sigma. So here the smooth disk sigma, it is well, okay, so it is a disk in the distortion lemma here, in the Bonding distortion lemma. Okay, and so you consider just the C-infinity potential, which is given by the logarithm of the norm of the action of on your bundle. And what you get is exactly what you want. That is the sum of the contribution of the potential is this term, and therefore the Bowen property for this potential is exactly the distortion property I need. How much time? Okay. So once we have this general, maybe abstract lemma, reparametrization lemma on spherical bundle, we may apply this to bound the distortion. Okay. So now let me just explain the end of the argument, which is the entropy computation. So, okay, I consider some smooth reparametrization of the leaf, which was given by the first step here, explained on this board. And as I said, I consider the probability measure induced on the set En by the Lebesgue measure. So the set En, let me maybe go back, it was a set which corresponds to the set E, but where we see the hyperbolicity at the step N. So let me recall maybe what is En. So En was this set. So this is a subset of E, where you see the exponential growth of the action on the K exterior bundle at the step N. And judge that also the empirical measure of length N is epsilon, is very close to the P omega set of X. So let me go back to the end. So this is the measure I push forward. So the reparametry, if I apply the bounding distortion lemma, so at some point X in this set En, okay, it gives you some epsilon where, okay, so the epsilon is a scale where you have a small, so the epsilon depends on the small exponential growth rate of the cardinality of the family of parametrization you want. So this corresponds to the scale of the dynamical ball. And okay, so you consider only the reparametrization which intersect whose image intersect my set En. And then you just say you just push the same computation as in the uniformly hyperbolic setting. So here you have the measure of Pnx, which will be less than 1 over. Here it's you consider the Lebesgue measure induced on this set En. So this part corresponds to the fact that you normalize your measure. So it is exponentially small, and then you have the Lebesgue measure of En on Pnx would be so En intersected with Pnx will be covered by this reparametrization map. So you have that you have this property. And now here you control the distortion. The distortion is given is bounded, and the exponential growth rate of on the K exterior bundle is given by exponential NA. So you say by the same argument as before, when you have distortion, you have this property. And at the end, you get this. And this is good because this is exponentially small, according to the bounded distortion lemma. This is exponentially small. Here it was the argument, Borel-Cantellier argument. And therefore, when you push the measure, you will get such estimate here at the end. So this is okay, finish.
So, time for a quick question or two. Yes?
It's easy to give examples where you have a strict inequality for this inequality that is written there.
So you mean the, okay.
Well, it's just an inequality
The
between
example I mentioned here and the theorem just after the main theorem. Okay, so you mean an example of CR maps with a fixed physical measures, and whose basin contains a subset with positive Lebesgue measures and with positive Lyapunov exponent. Okay, so for now I have just written such an example for interval maps, And in a work in progress, I'm trying to do this for surface diffeomorphism. So maybe I can explain this. It's quite long. Maybe you can.
If it's maybe you can save it for later. Okay. Just
But
another quick question. Quicker. Okay, so let's thank David again.